Okay. So anyway, so I ended up, but I do realize I shouldn't have done that, and it was silly. But I ended up marrying this person. Okay. So I ended up marrying Joel. Joel's family probably didn't like me. I got that fucking feeling like the very first time I met them. Okay, they just seemed weird to me, and they just seemed like they were just weird. But I felt at the time that I could trust his mother. I thought she seemed like a decent person, right? Like she seemed like I said, when I first walked in, and some people think, well, if you're psychic, how come you don't know? I only turn shit up if I feel like I need to. And I didn't think that I need to. Because at that point, at that young age, when I first met my ex-husband, I still believed that people were, yeah, they were evil. But I didn't realize just how fucking common evil really fucking goddamn was. So I had my guards down. People don't think, they think that I sit here and like ram my thought process and pick their brain like um like the minute I get in front of them. No, I don't. I don't want to. If I had to sit here and focus on every negative thought, all the fucking negativity that people would direct towards me, I would fucking go crazy. So most of the time when I'm outside or I'm doing whatever, or I'm going to the store or whatever, I'm thinking about what I'm going to buy there. Or I'm thinking, maybe I'm trying to think about songs. I'm trying to think about anything other than other fucking people. Believe me. Okay, I do a lot of tuning out. So when I first met Joel's mother, I didn't think that she was what I found out, or what I highly suspect what she was. Okay. So anyway, he must have heard about it. He found out that I wasn't, who I really was, but I really was that person. Like, we talked about the same things. My interests are the same. My hobbies are the same. Whatever. The stories about my life and those little experiences and those little stories that, you tell when hey, when I was a kid, I did this and this. Those are true. Okay. The only thing is, I'm not, what do you call it? Like straight out biracial. Okay. So this got exploited. Okay. This got exploited. Like, it just like in a racist community, because, I'm sorry, who cares, right? But I guess it does in a racist community, right? So nobody wants to take any blame for that. And that's fine. Okay. But if my family really wanted to put me on the right path, or try to correct my behavior, or cared about, if they thought I was mentally ill or maybe something was wrong with me, they would call me and say, Maria, I think this is wrong. What you're doing is this, this, and this. I want to help you. Okay. What they do is they exploit the situation. Okay. There is no fucking family love. Not in my family. Now, I'm not saying that there's no love in families, okay? Because people put on a show. They do that kind of shit. Like, I don't want to sit here and talk about any particular influencers, but I don't even know this person personally, okay? But apparently she's accused of abusing her children, right? I am not speaking whether she did or she didn't. I've seen some of the videos. I personally wouldn't do that to my kid, but whatever, okay? But still, like, people, there's a lot of people who think, hey, they've got the perfect family. They got this, they got that, they have this, whatever. But there's a lot of shit that goes on that we don't know about. You know what I mean? And no, I will say my family never loved me. And you don't get me wrong. When I say this, I am not saying this like, okay, I will tell you, there was a point in my life where when this came to this realization that this is the result of a toxic family, I would say at first, because it hits you, it's like, okay, I have dinner with these people. Okay. I at one time cared about these people, even though I knew that they were a little brash or whatever when I was growing up. I still cared about them. Okay. But so at that point, when you start, the download starts to come in where you realize these people hated me all these years. It makes sense that they did this, 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 and this, and this. And what they were really trying to, this is not just brother and sister or sisters and sisters, having a little fight or whatever. This is not normal shit. This is a very sick, toxic family dynamic, is what it is. You mourn a little bit at first because you want to remember all these little good things the things, the little nits and the little bits and pieces of good things that happened between, people that you used to know. That includes the people that used to, eat lunch with at school and classmates and whatever. You go through that because you're like, oh my gosh, you know. But then when you start realizing just how fucking toxic and evil these people are, then it becomes like, oh fuck, you know what you are to me? You're like the Walking Dead. I recognize you as something so fucking corrupt that I don't want you ever looking at me again. I don't want to make eye contact with you. I want you dead. That's the way it is. You know what I mean? People don't understand because most people, and I understand this is one of the reasons why people will never tell me this, but I know that what I say matters. I know that people can tell themselves that, hey, Maria's an artistic person because deep down inside, I don't care what color I am, they know that I'm a genius. They know that my intelligence is higher than theirs. This is one of the reasons why these people, my toxic family hates me. This is one of the reasons why they encourage Joel's family to hate me. This is the reason why, you know, he's got his wife or his ex or his current wife or something. I don't know what the problem is with them. But anyway, this is one of the reasons why this toxicity and why they want to always discredit me and why they fucking hate me. Okay, but what I say does matter, whether they want to admit it or not. Okay, this is one of the reasons why I don't do the same things that most people do. This is one of the reasons why I recognized every single last violation that these employers were making, and the other majority of the people weren't. Okay, they were doing it because, not just because they are not as intelligent, but they also did it because they don't have any sense of morals whatsoever. Okay, I have a good way of life. A damn good way of life. No, I don't drive the most expensive car. Okay? I don't sit here and wear the most expensive clothes. I wear nice clothes, meaning that I'm always clean. Okay? My clothes are always coordinated and they're decent. They might be they're not the most expensive clothes. No, I don't have that. I don't go to the expensive shops or whatever. You know, I don't even, if I was a millionaire, I don't even know if I would do that either. Okay, I would go a couple places. Okay, I think I probably would, but still, okay. So I am and I'm not saying this to be arrogant in any way, and I don't want people to think that I'm arrogant. I'm not. I'm a person with high standards. I'm a person with high morals. I'm a person who understands who I am and what I believe and the reasons why I do. Okay? I don't believe in the majority of what most people do, and this issue proves it. Okay? These people were wrong for doing what they did to me. Okay? Now here's all my haters. I'm aware of all my haters. Okay, so let's go back to the story. Let's go back. Okay, so then my ex-husband teams up with this particular Selena, Bruce, Graham, possibly Lyles. I don't even fucking know anymore, okay? And I got all this through spiritual downloads because this person, this Selena person, has some sort of obsession with me. Okay, now she must have my family may have encouraged her to compete with me, and it was a very sick and toxic joke. I don't think that's funny at all. Okay, and when the employers got involved in this, they knew good and well this was a racial issue, based on the story that I told my ex-husband, and also bringing in this biracial girl. By the way, if they were going to try to get some sort of competition here, they should have used the other girl that I met over at Forsh and Fart. Now that was competition. Mind you, I wouldn't give a shit anyway, because if I figured this person's a racist who has to resort to fucking his own mother, I don't really feel like you're much of a fucking prize. Okay? I get it. Don't get me wrong. I had a really good relationship with him on the fucking surface. Okay? Like, for example, we laughed, we talked, we had a good conversation. We always had good conversations. Okay? And I would say he had a really good sense of humor. And there were certain things that I enjoy. Okay, but I don't enjoy people who are two-faced. I don't enjoy people who are pathological liars and assist and put me in the same proximity of the person who's supposed to be in competition with me. And you think that I'd want you back? Get fucking real. Okay, this is what I'm standing up for. I am standing up for people who are in abusive families. I stand up for domestic abuse. I stand up for people and they're using religion as an excuse to enact a hate crime, because that's exactly what it goddamn is. So who else do we have here? We have my ex family and their sick dynamic, and we have Joel's family, and then we have, of course, Bruce's family, which is somehow connected. We have Karen Johnson as the Miss Puppeteer lady, all involved in all this shit, this illegal shit. You know what I mean? And no, I'm not saying this and talking about this to raise hell, but it's a lot of release for me because I am just absolutely shocked at what I know about these people. I am shocked and disturbed about what I know about these people. And I'm going to tell you right now, I believe that people need to put distances in people, and they have to set boundaries. I don't want to go too much into this because I've got other plans to talk about other things that I believe that people need. People need some sort of guidance. If you choose to live the way that you live, I'm sorry. You know what I mean? And then you want to sit here and try to force me to live beneath what I already know is wrong? Like I'm supposed to reduce my standards to be scum? Because that's what you're asking me. And I'm going to say fuck you every goddamn time. Okay? It's like you see something and you're like, I want to reduce your standards because I feel so bad about it. Well, I'm so fucking goddamn sorry. Okay? What this was, it is exactly what it is. It's spiritual warfare is what it is. And you have all these demonic people. And yeah, I'm sorry. Anything that this magnitude, where something like this goes all around the world, okay? Don't get me wrong. I feel a lot better about certain things, but at the same time, I feel like, okay, something that has the ability to go all around the world, and you walk away feeling like you still didn't have any closure, regardless of it doesn't matter whatever's on the other side of that rainbow. Okay, there's always going to be that one thing inside you that's just like, what the fuck? What the fuck? No closure. No closure. And I don't want to hear it from anyone. Because these people had me to the point where I was so sick. The more I started thinking about what each person did and their arrogance and their fucking abusive, they're normalizing and trying to make it seem like no, there is nothing goddamn wrong with me. Not a damn thing. Your way of living, I'm going to tell you what, your way of living is shit. And I'm referring to Bruce's family. I'm referring to my fucking goddamn ex-family. I'm referring to Joel. And I don't give a fuck if people say they're fucking goddamn sorry. Because I said this and I will say it again. When you get to a point, right, when you get to a point where somebody questions your intention, because all I could do is ever question someone's intention, especially since the duration of this abuse has been going on for so goddamn long. And once it gets to the point where everybody's back's against the wall, they've been caught in their fucking lie, they know goddamn well. They know goddamn well that they're guilty, and I have nothing to be sorry for. Then it gets to the point where it's just like, oh fuck. You know what I mean? And so at this point, the only thing that people can do is sit there and try to smooth it over with bullshit, and I don't want to hear it. I don't fucking want to hear it, and I don't want to fucking see it. You knew good and well what you were doing, and you know good and well what it meant, why you did it, and you know why it would be a good idea to sit here and try to tell me some bullshit. I don't want to hear it, see it, or remember it. Now, I need to move on with my life, and I am sick and damn tired of people who have these sort of spiritual, mental, and physical imbalances trying to put their shit on me. That's not my fucking problem. It's not my fucking problem. It's like scapegoat Maria, scapegoat Maria, scapegoat Maria, infinity. This is how they think. oh, I fucked this up, so I'm going to go ahead and try to smooth it. No, you don't. I'm cutting you off. Yes, I'm cutting you off. I don't give a fuck. Okay? And I am so sorry that people have gotten to the point where these people are pathological. Like, for example, I don't know Selena Bruce very well. I don't know her very well. Like I said, last time I saw her was back in 2013, a little after I left at the farmer's place, okay? And that was it. And at the time, at that time, I knew that she was a part of my mobbing, but I did not at any way think that she was associated or attached to Joel at the time. It started coming to me like a little bit, like bit by bit throughout, I would say, I don't know. It took me a while to figure it out, okay? I knew that she was some sort of player involved in it, but I don't know, whatever. Wow, man. Wow. And I think about all the people who got involved in this and the employers who get involved in this and the fucking sick shit. And there's no fucking denying that these people didn't know this shit was illegal. There's no fucking way they didn't. Or what this meant or why they were doing it. I don't want to hear it and I don't want to see it. Just shut the fuck up. Karen, puppeteering and shit. Was that supposed to teach me a lesson? I will tell you the lessons that it taught me. This whole issue taught me, and I've already went through it before, and I really don't want to have to say it again, but you know what? I'm going to say it again. It taught me the fact that we have a very big problem. Not just in this country, but it seems like people really don't know what the fuck they're talking about. They don't. We got, these college graduates that sit here and want to call me a dummy and discredit me. That's all they fucking ever want to do. Want to sit there and show their fucking class. I'm not fucking goddamn impressed with you. Including certain people in certain cities who have titles that they don't fucking goddamn deserve. And that's all I've been seeing lately. As an adult. And I'm sure it's always been that way. This is how the world operates. And I don't expect it to change anytime soon. We live in a very wicked, twisted world. We live in this world. This is a world that is so evil. And the more I think about this issue, it's going to be on the spiritual level because this is who I am. But when I think about this, I'm going to come out and say it. This sort of behavior is a spiritual lesson for this whole entire goddamn community, especially. I'm going to tell you that right now. Okay? The very fact that you're willing to give your soul over to something like this. Because they believe it or not, something of this magnitude, that's a spiritual test, is what that is. Okay? And luckily, if you wake up the next morning, you still got some time to change. Okay? Because obviously it's not your day of judgment yet, but let this be a goddamn warning to you. Okay? The spiritual realm is very real. How do I sit here and know all this shit? Yeah, I get downloads. That's why I got up in the morning. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. And sometimes downloads happen in the middle of the day because I'm a true spiritual person. Okay? I don't sit here and get into God and the spirit realm and things like that because I'm trying to get something on the earthly plane. No, I really fucking care about what goes on in the other realms. I care. It's my fucking life. And I feel it, and I see it, and I see the importance of it, and I understand commitments mean something. They mean something. Okay? And I remember going through some Bible verses, and I'm not a Bible person. What I mean by Bible person, yeah, I read the Bible. I studied the Bible when I was a kid. Okay? But I remember there was this TV show when I was younger, Sanford and Son, the Aunt Esther type person. But everyone seems to have one in their family. This like holy roller type person. I'm not one of those, okay? But I do understand that what the Bible says, there's a lot of wisdom in the Bible. And it talks about people who, have this sense of godly devotion, but prove false to it. Like it's basically talking about these people who associate themselves with religion, but that's it. They're religious, but they have no sense of what it really is supposed to be about. And I'm going to tell you right now, what we just went through, people taking sides and shit, that's what it's really about. And I'm not saying that, all these churches are down. I would never say something like that. When it really boils down to is people's heart's condition. Like there might be, like I said, there might be a whole church, right? There might be 100 people in a church, right? But they all have that fucking sick, twisted mentality that you all witnessed. Okay? And something comes over that day. Let's just say for this judgment day, okay? Something, God's judgment comes across this particular community, and it's a church with 100 people in it, and like all of these people end up destroyed, but there might be just only one good person within that group. So you're not church. Your church affiliation ain't going to get you anywhere. Okay, it's not, because people go to church for all the fucking goddamn wrong reasons. And that doesn't mean that you have to sit here and be in spiritual contemplation all goddamn day long. You don't have to. Okay? You don't have to be. But you know what? You need to stop trivializing something that is related to a higher power that you don't really should be trivializing, and question that. Don't ever minimize that, because that's very important. What you're talking about, like what happened here, is very similar to like the mark of the beast type shit. Accept this mark and you get through. Accept this whatever, and you can't, like the Bible said, you can't buy, you can't sell without this fucking thing. It's like it became so sick and twisted, and these people basically, it was like, to me, I'm like, oh fuck, this shit's demonic as fuck. And I knew it from the very beginning. This demonic as fuck. You got this whore, like Selena Bruce, is sitting here and act like she's so fucking religious, but she does shit that it's obviously against the Bible. Okay, my family, same way. They wouldn't have got this toxic if they really were within their, scriptures. If they were in their scriptures, somebody in that family would have been like, wait a second, according to this, we need to bring harmony to this home. We need to at least try. And I need to set an example, because I need to behave like Jesus Christ. No, I cannot be perfect, but if this is the standard that he set, I need to work towards that. And it would have never escalated to this. Okay? This is all I'm saying is open your mind to what is real and what is not. That's important. My God, it's important. And I think it's important that employers do understand the toxic nature of, and I know when I talk about what I think employers should do and what they're not, I'm like sitting here, this is the devil's fucking, I'm going to tell you what. I'm sorry, but, I do believe that we do live in hell. Like I've said this before. And the reason why is because I'm going to go back to what the Bible said about how, Satan, or the devil, was actually thrown here on earth. He threw the devil here on earth. Okay? The Bible didn't say that he threw the devil anywhere else. He said he threw him down here. And it's in the behavior of people, and I can see it. If you're a victim of gang stalking, you can see it more than anybody. This double talk and double speak, very Orwellian. They get all Orwellian on you, and they sit there and smile on your face, and they got another agenda. You know what I mean? It turns everybody into demons. See how the demons spread? It's very sick. Very sick. So, yeah, I'm always seeing things from the spiritual, as well as, obviously the physical. And I understand. See, this is why they would love to pin me as crazy, but they can't do that, and they know that. It frustrates them too. They couldn't use that as an argument just because I'm a spiritual person. But I know at this point, people get desperate. They want to sit there and fight, and there really is no reason to fight, because I'm going to shut this shit down right now if it is not already shut down. Okay? This all is a result of people's self-hatred. If my mother didn't hate herself, this would have never fucking happened. And I don't believe that people should allow themselves to hate themselves. And this is my point in my life's journey. This is one of the biggest important things that I'm trying to get through, is that people people, people think that you can promote peace. You can't promote peace unless you feel it within yourself. And my mother is a great example of that. You know what I mean? Why? Because my mother could not be happy. She allowed herself to lose her happiness, and that's too bad. Okay? And when people let that happen to themselves, their own personal lives, they intuitively, instinctively reflect that onto the rest of society. And this is a great example of it. So I'm going to wrap up this video. This is a two-part video, so part 1, 1, 2. I'm doing this on my tablet, and I inadvertently put the stop button on while I was making the first video, and I do apologize. Yes, I'm working on things, and I've been trying to, there's moments where I have to sit here and just literally take a step back, because the mental downloads, as well as the trauma that I've already experienced, people think that this is a very easy thing to get through. No, it is not. It's not. To know that, your blood relations hated you so bad, and when people hate you, they want to paint a narrative of you, and they want to paint the way other people see you. So they went all around the goddamn world with their toxicity. Okay? Tell me that's not demonic. Wrapping this video up. Take care.